Hi guys, Bolt here once again. We got a brand new replay commentary going on of an in-house that we did a couple days ago, and you might have seen some snippets of this in the patch update video. But you know, it's a good one to kind of also discuss some of the latest changes, because it definitely changed my gameplay style for sure. Before we get started with that though, latest warm welcome to the latest patrons. We got Tim, who I already did do a shout out of, but once again, thank you very much, Tim and Mr. Alto. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and I am really just kind of surprised by the amount of support you guys are giving to me and the channel. And trust me when I say that I do invest that to improve content, to improve the community and all that kind of stuff. You know, we boosted the Discord, I got a brand new business internet provider account. Now we got gigabit internet, and I basically upload the video before I open up Photoshop to make the thumbnail. Like, it's that quick. So that should be good, and you know what, that's also going to help out with something else, which is live streaming. I do plan to live stream this summer, you know, whenever I find time to do that, besides doing everything I do in real life, and you know, if I can mentally cope with all of it. But that should not be any problem whatsoever anymore. So yeah, big shout out to all of you. And you guys, you know, you guys are helping me with hardware upgrades. Like, I got a capture card, you know, new GPU, audio things, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's get going. So we got an interesting toss up here in this in-house. Top G versus Kami. So we got US Mech versus 79th Guard on the far left. In the middle we have Lemmy, who is a new player. He's rather inexperienced, or yeah, rather inexperienced. He's playing as 5th Panzer against Mr. Loki, who's playing as 35th, and we got me, yours truly, Mr. Girth, against Panteri. And I'm playing as 3rd Armored, he's playing as 119th Guard. So that was a good toss-up. I kind of knew he was going to go to the right, so I, you know, as the Armored guy, went for the right. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to keep it neutral for a little bit, and then, you know, well, actually, I might just put it in my POV, and then put it on neutral occasionally. Just to see you know, let you guys know what's going on, but this way I can kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking. But yeah, 3rd Armored got a big nerf in some cases because the LRS was removed and the only infantry recon you get is scouts and sniper teams. Sure, sniper teams did get a buff, but the scouts are just horrendous. It's a 4-man team with just assault rifles and 1 LMG. You know, it's not special forces, it doesn't have any anti-tank weapons, and the vehicles, the ACAVs that they do come in with is nice, you know, I'll give it that, but it's expensive. It's the box with the recoilless gun and 50 cal and M240 for 45 points. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, anyway, so Lemmy initially didn't really know where to go, so he was kind of going towards Delta. I told him to move towards Fox and try to just have a foothold there. So that is going to be his main objective. Meanwhile, my main objective here is to take it nice and slow, build up forces, because T80UDs, they're arguably the best tank in the game. They have 21 front armor, 21 AP cannon, 21 AP ATGMs at almost 3 kilometers range, and after the 10% speed increase and also the smoke of tanks when they dispense, it only lasting 20 seconds, really made ranged tanks much more powerful, especially Soviet ones, because they have good ATGMs that are already fast as hell. So together with that 10% speed increase, you know, they're just nuts. Sometimes you don't react fast enough to smoke before the ATGM hits you, and 21 AP is gonna mess you up. In comparison, the HA only has 20 front armor, but we do have 1 more AP value cannon. But that is a good thing. But I would say still in this case, you know, open field, T80 is probably gonna win. Let's just face it. So yeah, we're kind of just building up. I did let him take a little bit more of the middle here because, well, his tanks are arguably, you know, a do-it-all kind of Swiss knife kind of thing. Meanwhile, I need to get tow units, Abrams, Recon, Bradleys, all that kind of stuff to kind of have the same weaponry that he does. So going to the middle real quick. Lemmy is having a really hard time. Kind of getting smacked. And yeah. But it is a good fight though. He's definitely doing pretty good. And he just needs to work on unit composition and deciding which unit to push with first. Also, those martyrs are not being unloaded. But there's a lot of micro errors going on as well. But yeah, it's just hard to watch. Going to the left, let's just quickly have a glance over here. Yeah, 35th, I mean, fighting the 35th as US mech, being this aggressive with US mech against 35th in a forest, that is, I think, the #1 mistake. But then again, we did already kind of decide to try to push the flanks hard and then maybe try to help the middle. So top is really going at it, and I do respect it. He has some rangers here. He has a Führer unit, so leader unit that is buffing him up to elite, which is awesome. But with the Sapries, you know, it's going to be an uphill battle. No pun intended. But there have been some changes to Sapries as well. They do, you know, less damage with the RPOs. The suppression is a bit lower as well. But engineers with the satchel charges, they also do less damage, and the satchels cost more. So that is also good. Now here is something that I didn't initially notice was being abandoned by Mr. Lemmy here. But I do, you know, get like an AT unit or just a regular squad here just to hold it and be kind of a tripwire unit. But other than that, we're not really pushing hard for it. But we have a TOW here. TOW's awesome, 25 AP, you know, 65% accuracy, great counter for T80UDs. Yeah, I mean, they're just good. They're just good units, so that's why I kind of went for these guys to hold this open field. This guy has a perfect line of sight on the entire road over here, so he can actually do some fun things. And on the left side here, we have a Dragon team, an HA, and a Bradley to hold that side. In terms of AA, we're a little bit weak, so we have 1, 2, 3 Stinger squads. We are getting some Chaparral, so we are going full on infrared right now, just to create a big old blanket of anti-air. Over here, as you can see, we have our fire team AT moving in. We're just gonna hold the edge of that town and just chill. So Lemmy has basically lost everything he has in the middle, which is not great, obviously. Loki's gonna push in, destroy the command, but at this point, we just tell Lemmy to build a huge defensive force. So he's going to be defending this area and just prevent Loki from pushing forward. And we just need to hope that Loki doesn't start helping elsewhere. That is really the main problem there. So yeah, 2 more T80UDs being bought, so he has 3 over there, 4, 5 total. And I have played against Panteri before, and I know if you turtle, he's just gonna keep buying tanks. I just buy exactly things to counter tanks with, and I just let him turtle. Because I don't want to break the status quo too early, because then, you know, all hope just breaks loose. So we're just buying tanks. We have HAs, we have AA being bought, we have Bradleys, more HAs, supplies, all that kind of stuff. They're just chilling. We're just chilling right now. We're not doing anything too crazy. So let's look over at the middle. Yeah, middle is definitely a tricky place to fight. Yeah, it's a little bit of a standstill there as well. The main fight seems to be on the left. Yeah, that is definitely going to be a tricky one. I mean, we did... Notch does now... Or, Notch? Mr. Top does now have some engineers. But it's just, man, 35th can just pump out Sapries after Sapries. You know, Spetsnaz, BMP-1s with the grenade launchers. It's really difficult. And there goes the M1A1, I think. Ooh, man, that hurt. That really hurt. The Kokon almost one-tapped it. Let's see if the Chaparrals do some damage. 2 misses already. 3 misses. I hate to see it. Okay, that one hit at least. Kinda hit the wrong target though. They're really hit or miss, and I don't even, you know, no pun intended. Yeah, those tanks, man. If only I had recon to spot all that, and I had some like cluster artillery or something, that would have been awesome. But yeah, speaking of recon, BRDM is just holding the right side. We do have an ACAV here and a scout, but we are literally not seeing each other right now. If we go into Panteri's POV, he's also not seeing me. Oh my god, it is like rainstorm right now outside. So it's quite an interesting fight. But we did, you know, we did do some action here. We have a Wild Weasel moving in. Decent seaplane. I mean, it's only, you know, 50% accuracy. But it's really just meant to kind of soak up the missiles and maybe try to kill something. And we did actually manage to destroy the Cub. And then we have our two Phantoms coming in. We destroy one. We mess up the other one. So, you know, that's at least 1.5 of the tanks gone. And he's now fallen back with the other T80UD, but he has one more being bought. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And a 6th one in the back. So, just a tip against you guys. If you notice that it's a standstill, well, it's kind of already too late, to be honest. But if you're playing against an armored guy who is playing as a 7th Panzer, who's playing as the 119th, the 79, any armored battle group, if you don't push, he's just gonna keep buying tanks. Especially if you're up against the 7th armored, because, you know, that battle group, you can just buy a tank. You can buy 2 tanks every time you get points. Meanwhile, the T80UDs is, you know, 340, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. And the HAs are 320, so you also need like a minute and a half. But anyways, now we're doing a push. Because I did take out 1.5 of his tanks, but he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. We get another cluster bomber on that smoke. That's usually where people keep their tanks. And we almost destroy it. Somehow he actually survives that, unfortunately. MiG-29 comes in for the Phantom. We do have some AA, but, you know, mainly infrared. And it's just being disappointing all over. We do get an Eagle finally to take it out. But that was just way too many misses for my taste. K50 Akula, now you're about to see something bad. Yeah. That just one-tapped my tank. 26 AP, side shot is a one-tap with the Akula, unfortunately. But right now, well, those tanks are still messed up. They're falling back. T80 there did get hit, only did 1 damage at max range against 21 armor with 22 AP. We have our Dragon team fallen back. You really don't want to fight that. Eagle coming in once again for a seed run, getting absolutely clapped. And this is something that I've noticed with Panteri. Panteri, if you're watching, you're clumping up way too much, brother. Okay. You're lucky I'm not using a Mars or MLRS or anything like that. Because I could, like, tell where you were putting your units because I see the supply heli landing there and I just know, yeah, that's where all of his tanks are going to be. So a tip also for everyone else that is playing with armor, split your units up. Just click all your units and, like, click and drag so that they put them in a line, and then it's nicely spread around as well. But, yeah, in general, Panteri is a good player, so but there's always room for improvement. So in the middle, as I said, Lemmy was basically tasked with defending instead of doing any more attacks. So that's going quite well. But not really any activity here. Literally nothing is moving. So let's see what's going on here. Is Loki helping elsewhere? It doesn't look like it. Loki is helping on the right side now with recon helis and an Akula. Only on the left with a command. Yeah, it's only Mr. Kill over there. Okay. So no double teams just yet. Going back into my POV, we have pushed them back, you know, a little bit. Initially we were stationed here. We've pushed up like 2 more rows, basically. That's how I like to discuss this place here. Basically you have like roads and then cover in the middle. And that's how I like to play it. I like to go from tree line to tree line, so that I can slowly push over. But yeah, we are moving up, but man, it's a mistake because the only thing Panteri is focusing on is tanks, basically. All his points are going into tanks, and Loki is now helping, so I'm actually getting double teamed. Loki's now helping with helicopters, so that's points that Panteri doesn't have to spend, and can rather spend on T80s. But the amount of tanks we have is quite limited. We have 1, 2, only 2. Yeah, 2 HAs over there. We have another one in the back, chilling. And we're just trying to go for like a combined assault. We are getting Dragon Teams, AA, Bradleys, Totus, because that's unfortunately what I have to do. And especially since seeing those Akulas. Yeah. It's a rough one. Man, look at that. HA just got... HA got absolutely smacked, dude. 4 front armor. But yeah. And now, the disappointing part of this video. I don't know why, but Chaparral seemed to miss most of the first shots and then like maybe hits the last one. That's what I've experienced. And I swear to God, it seems to be a thing, dude. Like, I think the first 2 are training rounds. And then, you know, the third one they turn on, they open their eyes and aim at the actual target. I think that's how it goes. Oh yeah, look at this, dude. Lemmy is just building a line of units. I wish Loki pushed up. That was kind of a really good build up from Loki, but no real big, you know, literally nothing going on, to be honest there. Oops, we have some ATGM engagements there. My Totu does get doinked by the smoke, and we decide to just fall back. Totu is definitely dangerous, but once that tank gets into cannon range, you don't really have anything to do against it. So we're just, you know, deciding to fall back, get our Bradley here, just in case we can get some side shots or something. But in general, we're just chilling. Yeah, red team is obviously on the winning end here. 4 minutes left for a victory. But we're just having fun. You know, Lemmy is new, we're training him, and we're just having a brawl down here and see how the game plays with the latest changes. Yep, there was the training round, there was a dummy round, and the third one was the actual one. I told, like, again, this happens every time with me playing Chaparrals, dude. I don't know what it is. But you can't tell me that that's just a coincidence, okay? Alright. The chance of the first 2 missing and then the third one hitting, you know, is 45 times 45 times 55%. Of that happening like 3 times in a row as well. That's just witchcraft. But yeah, at this time, if we look on the left, we see that Top is not really having a great time. He's just 1v1ing against Mr. Kill and having a really bad time. But that is expected, you know. You simply don't have enough infantry. I mean, look at all the BMPs that are being bought now. And the US Mech doesn't have any APCs. US Mech honestly just isn't a great battle group for these kind of engagements. I feel like Warsaw Pact has the better overall quality forces because basically everything is an APC, like BMP for days. Most of your tanks have ATGMs, and after the ATGM speed buff and the tank smoke nerf, together with the ATGM suppression increase and all that, I feel like Red 4 definitely has the edge right now. But let's see what Eugen does with the post-patch update, or post-patch patch, as they've always done. I mean, finally we got some kills there, dude. But I did see you guys miss like twice, so I don't know what's going on with you guys too. But yeah, we do, you know what? We did pretty good against Mr. Panteri here. We're just slowly creeping up. How many UDs do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus, man. We only have, how many tanks? Like 3? 1, 2, 3. I mean, this guy is like half a tank. So yeah, we have no tanks. Let's just put it that way. Let's just... Oh, there's another UD there. So that's just rough. Oh, here it is. This is what I mean. They're so freaking fast. I was just hoping to get into cover of that tree line. If I were to press B for smoke, my tanks first had to slow down and stop before they deploy the smoke, and I would have gotten clapped. I would have 100% gotten hit. Here we go, Totu opening up. Let's see if we get a hit. We do, and that deals 3 HP damage. Look at that. Okay. T80UD getting hit by the HA. This is really kind of the main part of the battle here. HA's, Bradley's, fire teams opening up. T80UD down to 1 HP immediately. That was awesome. And he's getting the hell out of there. But there's just way too many tanks. And now we have Vasilix firing on us too. I don't know what this guy is firing at, actually. Oh, dang. Okay, nice hit. Yep, there goes 1 UD. Very nice, but we got clapped there with the crossfire. A really good use of crossfire situation there. Now we do have an A10 kind of circling back here. We got a Wild Weasel in, another A10 coming in since the other one is out of fuel. And we have this lone HA trying to hold the line. And we have some Dragon teams trying to get some side shots. This Abrams is not having a good time right now. But now that the smoke is dissipated, he can get a shot off. It's a beautiful side shot. Down to 1 HP on that bad boy. We're just doing our best. Okay, that's all we can do. Luckily, those tanks are kind of not in range there. Oh man, come on, man! That would have been good. A10, derped. I don't know why it sometimes turns. It could have just banked right and, you know, yeeted some Hellfires there. But I thought it was better to just fall back and get wrecked by a MiG-29. MiG-29 gets out unscathed. All the stingers are just missing every time. Those are the dummy rounds and the training rounds. I wish they just fired that before doing the actual one. But yeah, you know what? We pushed them out pretty good. I'm quite proud of us holding, you know, pushing back to 119th. Wrecking his tanks once again though, Pen Theory. Moving all of your tanks into one spot. Really dangerous, my friend. I don't like to use RD, so I don't have any RD. That's maybe why he's doing it. But that is risky. That is risky. Spread them out. Good game though. We went negative, sure. Lemmy definitely went negative. Top G got absolutely smacked. Opposing team did really good. I mean, Penteri and I kind of just brawled, which is surprising. Look at that, 2,400 kills, but he only has 1,670 losses. So we, you know, we got like almost 800 points of kills of another person. Yeah. MiG-29s, I was 1v2ing basically. The Air Force of Mr. Loki was being a pain in the ass, especially the Kula. But yeah, Chaparrals, man, just disappointing today. Abrams doing decent. The cluster are nice as well, but we only destroyed 2 UDs. Yeah, only 2 UDs. You just don't really have... I mean, on those maps it's difficult. He can just fall back and resupply, so it's kind of difficult to do anything anything huge. How many Abrams did we lose? Quite a couple, I think. 1, 2, 3. That's not too bad, actually. Thought it was quite worse. Quite a lot worse. But yeah, the plane kind of just destroyed us, man. That is kind of the only thing you really can deal with the tanks with. But Loki helping with his Air Force... That kind of hurt my feelings, man. I don't know why they had to 2v1 me like that. But yeah, good game. Hopefully you all enjoyed that as much as I did. And I'll see you guys back soon. Take care.